In this topic, we are going to do a brief introduction to the SQL language. It shows you the minimum knowledge about SQL that you need for this course. If you are a DB admin, or have some experience in database admin, you can skip this topic. SQL is the acronym for Structured Query Language. It is a language designed for accessing relational databases, both for obtaining or modifying data, and for managing the database. With SQL you can execute queries and get data from the database. Insert, update, and delete data records in database. Create, modify, drop databases, tables, views, indexes. Create stored procedures in the database. Create, modify, delete users and permissions. Admin database storage. Most relational databases use SQL with minor differences between implementations. In a relational database, RDBS, data is structured in the form of tables. We can define a table as a tabular structure where the objects are represented by a row, and the attributes of these objects are the columns. In the example, we have a table of employees, where each row represents an employee, and each column is an attribute that defines each employee, such as their first and last name, their date of birth, their salary, the city where they work, or their role in the company. In a relational database, we have several tables with different attributes each. These tables can be related to each other through common attributes. In this slide, we can see how, for example, the employee table is related to the credit cards table through the employee code, or with the table offices through the office code. In this way, we can make queries to the database, in which information is obtained from different tables, such as, what salary do the employees of the London office have? For this topic, we connect to a shell in our Ubuntu server as root, so the VM must be started. Then we connect to MySQL using MySQL admin DB user with password, MySQL passwd. With the show databases command, we can list all MySQL databases in this system. We attach to a specific database with the command use, database name, for example use salesdb. Now we can list all the tables of the salesdb database with the command show tables. SQL Basics, access data. The select statement is used to select data from a database. The select statement has the form, select, what data do you want, from, where do you get data, where, conditions, plus, presentation options. What data do you want? In this section, you specify data to be retrieved. It could be a list of attributes, functions over attributes, or a mix of attributes and functions. Attributes are expressed by their name or by the form, table, underscore, name, attribute, underscore, name. Where do you get data? In this section, you specify a table, list of tables or another select query in which must reside the information you are looking for. For example, select name, surname, email from customer. This query shows the name, surname and email address for all users in table customer. You can use an asterisk to get all attributes of each row. Select asterisk from customer. SQL Basics, access data. Conditions. In this section, specify a set of conditions using logical operands that must be accomplished by the data to be retrieved. Select name, surname, email from customer, where surname equals Smith. This query shows the name, surname, and email address for all users in table customer with the surname Smith. Data can be obtained from several tables in the same query. Select name, surname, card, ID, from customer, credit, card, where ID, equals, credit, ID. Presentation options. In this section, specify some options involved in the way you get the data. Some of them are: order by, group by, select name, surname from customer, order by name. We can also operate with the data accessed from tables. This slide shows some functions that can be used to obtain data in a select statement. Function min obtains the minimum value of a field from selected rows. Function max obtains the max value of a field from selected rows. Function sum returns the sum of all the values of the indicated field, of the rows selected by the query. Function count returns the number of selected rows. It is usually used for get the total number of rows in a table. Function average returns the average from of all the values of the indicated field, of the rows selected by the query. In the first example, let's see how we can operate with a field. In it, we ask for the name, surname, and monthly salary from employees. In the table, salary is stored as year salary, then we have to divide by 12 this field. Also, we ask the database that shows the result to us as monthly salary. The second example uses function min, to get the minimum salary from all employees. Next example uses function max to get the minimum salary from all employees in HR department. We can also obtain the total cost of salaries from the IT department. With count function, in this example, we obtain the number of employees with an email account from Spain. Finally, we get the average salary from all employees. Here we have several examples of select statement. First, we get for all customers their name, surname, email, credit card number, and secure number, ordered by name. Next select is to get all customers, whose email address is from a Gmail account. Like operator is used in a where clause to search a specific pattern in a column. The last query shows the phone number of all customers from Seville. The insert statement is used to insert data into a table. The insert statement has the form, insert into, table, attribute 1, attribute 2, attribute 3, values, value 1, value 2, value 3, where table is the name of the table in which we are going to insert the data, followed by a list of table fields to be populated in the inserted row. The values that are going to be inserted. For example, insert into customer, CUS_ID, name, surname, email, values, 4x99.99, John, Smith, jsmith@gmail.com. This statement inserts the values of CUS_ID, name, surname and email address for a new record in table users. If you are going to provide the values for all of the attributes, you don't need to specify them in the statement. Insert into phones values, 4x99.99, 44, 66 68 88 009. SQL Basics, update data. The update statement is used to modify data from several rows into a table. The update statement has the form, update, table, set. Attribute 1 equals value 1, attribute 2 equals value 2, attribute 3 equals value 3, where, conditions, table, this is the name of the table, in which we are going to update the data. It is expressed as, schema name, table, underscore, name, attribute 1 equals value 1, attribute 2 equals value 2, attribute 3 equals value 3, list of table fields to be changed and its new values. Conditions, in this section, you specify the conditions that have to be met in a row. For example, update, customer, set, name equals Johnny, where, name equals John. This statement updates the values of the field name, for all rows where the field name is equal to John. The update statement is used to modify data from several rows into a table. It updates specified values from a table in all the rows that match the specified conditions. SQL Basics, delete data. The delete statement is used to delete several rows from a table. The delete statement has the form, delete, from, table, where, conditions, table, this is the name of the table, in which we are going to delete the data. It is expressed as, schema name, table, underscore, name, conditions. In this section, you specify the conditions that have to be met for a row to get deleted. For example, delete, from, employee, where, name equals Roberto. This statement deletes all rows, where the field name is equal to Roberto. If you want to delete all rows from a table, you also may use truncate statement. Truncate employee. To create a new table, you must specify at least the name of the new table, and its fields described by a name, and its data type. Data types may vary in each SQL implementation of different vendors, but commonly used data types are, char, x, represents a string of fixed length with x characters. Varchar, x, represents a string of variable length with at maximum x characters. Int, small int, float, real, number. Several data types to represent numbers. Date, datetime, time, timestamp. Several data types that represent a date field. In the next example, we'll create a new table to store invoices. There will be a field for the invoice ID, another field for the CUS_ID, one for the ID of the employee who has made the sale, the date of the invoice, and finally, the price of the invoice. Create table invoice, invoice_ID, char. 8, CUS_ID, varchar, 8, EMP_ID, char, 8, invoice_DESC, varchar, 50, total, price, int, close bracket. DESC table statement shows attributes and its data types from a table. DESC invoice. You also may create a table as a result of a query. In this case, during creation, the table is filled by the values that result from executing this query. For this, we specify in the SQL statement the name of the new table, and the select statement that we are going to use to create the new table. For example, if you want to create a table as a copy from the employee table, you will use this statement, create table emp2, as select asterisk from employee. The next example will show how to create a table with customer name and their credit card. Create table CC, as select name, surname, card, underscore, ID from customer, credit, underscore, card, where, customer.c, u.s, underscore, ID, equals credit, underscore, card, dot, c, u.s, underscore, ID. Drop table statement is used to delete a table and all its content. Finally, alter table statement is used to add, delete, or modify columns in an existing table. Alter table, CC, drop, column, surname. Alter table, CC, add, pin, gar, 4. Union operator is used to combine the results of two or more select statements. It is used in some SQLi attacks. For example, with the query select name, surname, email from customer, union, select name, surname, email from employee, we can list the name, surname, and email address from employees and customers. We can also use a where clause, and it would be applied to the member next to it. For example, with the sentence select name, surname from customer union, select name, surname from employee, where name equals Mary, we are going to get all the items from table customer, and the employees named Mary, from the table employee. A stored procedure is a prepared SQL code that you can save, so the code can be reused over and over again. A stored procedure consists of a name, a list of parameters, and the queries to execute. In order to define the store procedure, we have to change the delimiter to avoid conflicts. For example, delimiter // create procedure list _c. Begin. Select name, surname, card, _ID, from customer, credit, _card, where customer, CUS, _ID, equals, credit, _card, CUS, _ID. End, // delimiter, call list, _CC. You may also pass parameters to the procedure. Create procedure list, _phone, in name var 15. Begin select name, number from customer, phones, where, customer, .cus, _ID, equals, phones, .cus, _ID, and custom, .name, equals, name, end, // In this procedure, we will get a list of the phones of the customers with a given name. Call list, _phone John,